Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Well, it's another one of those days where you want to just throw out your schedule because it may not happen today on time as you might wish. I mean, it's a weekend, so, we're not as regimented as during the week, but it's just one of those days. There are no less than three awkward inconjuncts, the 150-degree adapt, adjust, accommodate angle, as I call it, and it's just not one of those days where things are going to work the way we would like to think. So just kind of throw out the schedule now and just kind of do what's in front of you today. The sun is at 18, moving to 19 degrees of unconventional, often visionary, sometimes just a little strange and weird, but certainly rebellious, air sign of Aquarius, Aquarius. The moon begins the day in the late degrees of another conducive air sign, and that is the love, beauty, and social justice air sign of Libra. It shifts into deep dark water sign Scorpio later on in the day. While the moon is in Libra, it makes a harmonious flowing trine to Venus, the planet of love and affection, from 26 degrees of Libra to Venus, which happens to be Libra's ruling planet, so this is really nice and sweet at 26 degrees of Aquarius. That occurs early, though, so snuggle time or something else early in the morning. 3:59, let's call it 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 12 noon Greenwich Mean Time. So you want some loving during the day, you have to be in Europe or parts east. Otherwise, it's pretty early. Then we have the first of the three awkward inconjuncts, the moon at 27 degrees of Libra to Uranus, the planet of sudden change and often chaos, which you recall is just turned direct at 27 degrees of Taurus. That also occurs early, 6:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 2:13 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Don't be surprised if you get up and stub your toe or unexpected things happen early in the day. While we're well into the mid part of the day, then comes the moon at 28 degrees of Libra in another awkward inconjunct, this one to Saturn, the planet of restrictions, limitations, and structure. So responsibilities may or may not go your way. Saturn sitting at 28 degrees of Pisces. 9:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when that's exact. 12:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5:53 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. After that, the moon does move into the deep dark water sign of Scorpio, emotionally intense and often transformative, but kind of brooding in its energy as well. That occurs 11:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 7:13 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The third of the awkward inconjuncts occurs not too long afterwards, 40 minutes later, because the moon at 0 degrees of Scorpio makes the awkward inconjunct to Neptune, which of course has just moved to 0 degrees of Aries. Neptune, the planet of dreams and visions and illusion, delusion, and confusion. So this is not an extremely great energy for mental clarity. 11:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 7:53 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. We go through the afternoon, and we finally catch a break here where the moon at 1 degree of Scorpio makes a harmonious flowing trine to Mercury, the planet of communication, which has just moved into 1 degree of Pisces. This is very nice, intuitive, lovely, emotionally connected. This is the best part of the day. 2:39 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 10:39 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Lastly, in the evening, we have another tough aspect, the moon at 3 degrees of Scorpio in a hard 90-degree square to Scorpio's ruling planet, namely Pluto, the lord of concentrated power. Don't get into power issues with people tonight. This is one of those manipulate or be manipulated kind of energies. Kind of tough. So easy does it tonight. 7:59, let's call it 6:59, let's call it 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So step carefully today. Remember, patience is a virtue today. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Hey, it's still early 2026. You want a personal reading with me and see what your year is going to be like? Book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy today, no matter what.